Taking a look at the Hawk, the Hall of Famer Michael Fabiano's top waiver wire targets. Tyrod Taylor, you heard him mention him at the top of the show. #1 overall as we welcome you back to NFL Fantasy Live. It is Tuesday, and that means one thing for all you fantasy fans, waiver wire time. There are 2 teams on a bye this week, and the Patriots and Titans, not to mention a lot of big-name players with injuries. So we see Tyrod Taylor at the top. Give us another waiver wire pickup that you're excited about, Fabs.
I have Rashad Matthews on that list as well. He's played very well in the last couple of weeks. In fact, 2 straight 100-yard games, gaining a very good rapport with Ryan Tannehill. But here's the thing. I don't believe he's going to do this for the extent of the season. So here's what you do. Okay. You pick him up off the waiver wire, you package him in a trade, and you wash your hands with him. They're playing the Jets this week. I don't like that matchup at all. Sell him while his value is really high right now.
Little 2-for-1 deal is what you're talking.
2 for 1, man. I'm all about 2 for 1.
So that makes a lot of sense. Well, Money, you mentioned at the top, the Patriots are on a bye. That means Rob Gronkowski is on a bye. So chances are you're going to need another tight end. So I'm saying you make a play right now for Jordan Reed. He's been a big part of what Washington does in the offense the first 3 weeks. He's second on the team in targets. He leads the team in receptions. Kirk Cousins is having a hard time consistently throwing the ball downfield. So why not get it to your athletic tight end in the middle of the field? Don't worry about injuries. That might not happen. It may not happen. But in the meantime, he's healthy and playing well right now.
Well, look, I'm going to have to go with Chris Johnson. Look what he's done over the last couple of weeks. He's gotten a lot of touches and a lot of opportunities in this offense for the Arizona Cardinals. And what he did against the San Francisco 49ers really showed me that he has something left. And, of course, we think about CJ2K. Maybe he's not as fast, but he still has a lot of speed. Went out there, ran with authority against the 49ers, over 100 yards, and you look at 27 fantasy points. That's big. And he's going up against the St. Louis Rams, and that's a favorable matchup.
When Kelvin Benjamin went down, many of us were searching for who the #1 target would be for Cam Newton. Devin Funchess was drafted in a handful of leagues because he was the unknown. It's turned out to be Ted Ginn Jr., second most targets on the team behind Greg Olsen. You made the bold prediction on Friday, I believe it was, Marcus, that he would have 15 points. Wasn't 15, but 9.3. Pretty darn good for someone you scoop up and is available in 99.1% of NFL.com leagues.
That's a lot.
If you have the Patriots and you have Julian Edelman, chances are maybe you're way up there in your league and you're 3-0 or something. And you need someone that's available late in that waiver wire order. All right, Fabs, let's say you need to pick up a QB, but Tyrod's not the guy. What's your next option?
Derek Carr, who plays for the?
Yeah, the Raiders.
Thank you. And one of the most underrated quarterbacks in fantasy over the last couple of weeks. He has scored over 20 fantasy points in those 2 games. He's got a great rapport with Amari Cooper going. He's got some good weapons in the passing game. Latavius Murray behind him. And they're playing the Bears this week, guys. And we know the Bears, their defense, as Marcus Graham would say,
ungood.
So start Derek Carr this week. And he's available in a boatload of leagues on NFL.com.
31 teams in the NFL, and then they're the Oakland Raiders.
Andy Dalton has been one of the surprises in the early part of the season. I know Akbar was on him last week, and he certainly provided some big fantasy dividends. We know A.J. Green is there. Who's the #2 wideout in Cincinnati? Well, it's not Mohamed Sanu. It's looking like Marvin Jones right now. And so right now, Andy Dalton and Mr. Jones, they've got a thing going on. You might want to get this guy on your fantasy roster if you're looking for help at the wide receiver spot. They can't all be gems, you know? They can't all be great.
Terrible. Akbar, you're getting sneaky here.
Yes, I am getting sneaky. Of course, we know that Antonio Gates is still, of course, suspended. He'll be coming back at week 5. This is the time to give him now. Don't wait until week 5 before you pick him up. Pick him up now. Like me in our expert league, I'm going to get Antonio Gates before any of you guys ever think about touching him. No. There is no getting a claim for Antonio Gates. I will get Antonio Gates, and I will be that smart guy.
He was #2 on your list, Fabs. And while you may think Carlos Williams is an obvious play, he's available in 94% of NFL.com
That
leagues.
makes sense.
A running back that has scored a touchdown in each of his first 3 games, available in 94% of NFL.com leagues. You saw the 17 fantasy points this week, yes. And LaShawn McCoy's hammy, which is dogging him, means more touches for Carlos Williams. 110 yards and a touchdown versus the Finns on Sunday.